May 12th. I'm here to take you guys through your daily WOD briefing. Let's go ahead and jump into it. For your warm-up, you guys have 3 rounds of 30 double unders, or 30 singles, or 30 quick steps, 15 sit-ups, 10 scorpions total, 10 PVC pass-throughs. You can also use a broom, or a Swiffer, or a towel. You guys also have 10 figure eights with that same tool. 10 air squats with your hands up and overhead, up against a wall, kind of similar to overhead squat therapy, just a little bit different. Let's go ahead and go over what these are supposed to look like. So double unders, if you got them, good, do them. You guys have 30 of those. Or singles, so 1 jump to run rotation of your rope, okay? Or quick steps, you guys are gonna have an object, you guys are going to quickly step off of said object. You guys can use a step, a plate, whatever kind of elevated surface you guys have available. Next, you guys have 15 sit-ups. You guys are going to be in your sit-up position, so feet are going to be together. You're going to lean back, shoulders will touch the ground. On the way up, your head's going to reach towards the ceiling, and you're going to get your shoulders past your hip crease. All right, you guys need a towel or something to put behind you. That's going to give you a little bit more extension going back and kind of soften that spot for your butt. Next, you guys have your scorpions. You guys are going to be laying face down. Arms are going to be out to the side, to a T. You're going to take opposite foot to opposite hand. So I'm going to go right hand to left hand, or right foot to left hand. I'm going to get that toe as close as I can to that hand, and then come back. And then other side. Toe as close to that hand, and then come back. 10 total. Then you guys have 10 PVC pass-throughs. Or again, you guys can use a broomstick, Swiffer, whatever kind of plastic object you guys have. Or you guys can use a towel. So arms are going to be in a wide grip, okay? You're going to pull that object up and overhead. Keeping those arms locked out, you will pull it back to your butt and then come back through, okay? The wider you are, the easier it is. The closer your hands are together, the harder it is, right? The more narrow of a grip you have, the harder these get. Your goal again is to keep your arms locked out all the way through. So find a grip that works for you, and that rhymed. Next, you guys have figure eights. Similar concept, just a little bit different. You're gonna pull that object up and behind to where it touches that butt, and then pull it back through. Go ahead and give me 10 going in each direction, okay? Again, arms stay locked out all the way through. Next, you guys have your 10 air squats with your hands overhead up against the wall. So, you guys want to choose a distance away from the wall where you're not going to touch the wall. So make sure your body, torso, arms stay off the wall. Feet are going to be set in your squat stance. So when I set up, they're going to be set in my normal squat stance. So just outside shoulder distance. My toes are going to be pointed out at a slight angle. Okay? You can't really see that up here, but I will be set up in my squat stance. Hands are going to be up and overhead. I'm going to keep them locked out. Okay? Hips are going to go back. Knees are going to go out. I'm going to drop to the very bottom of my squat and then come back up. And then again, arms stay locked out, drop to the very bottom of my squat, and then come back up. My goal here is to keep my torso vertical. The last thing I want to do against that wall is to fold. Okay, so if you feel yourself folding and you can't maintain staying off that wall, limit your range of motion. Okay, go as far as you can go without folding, because your main goal here, again, is to keep that torso as vertical as possible. Okay, so give me 10 of those guys. All right, let's go ahead. Let's jump into part 1. Today we have a 4x8 of single arm overhead squats. Overhead squats are everyone's favorite, and I'm so excited for us to work through this together today. So 4x8 meaning you guys have 4 sets of 8 reps on each side. So we'll do 8 on my right and then 8 on my left. I'll rest for 2 minutes and then I'll hit my next set. Okay, biggest thing here, guys, is going to be form and technique first. Stay light if we are still working through those things, if we're building solid foundation for this overhead squat. If you guys are confident and you are competent in your overhead squat, you guys are welcome to add weight or up the weight as you go. But for those of us still working on form and technique, stay light. Form and technique always comes first beyond everything else, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get said object, an odd object, dumbbell, kettlebell, up and overhead, okay? My feet are going to be set in my squat stance, so feet are going to be set just outside shoulder width distance. Toes are pointed out at a slight angle. I can have my hand in front of me, but as I go, my hips are going to go back. My core is going to stay nice and tight, so tummy stays tight. I'm going to keep that dumbbell up and over my shoulder. My hip crease is going to pass my knee, and then I'm going to come back up. Okay, so my torso stays vertical, arm stays locked out, hip crease gets past my knee, and I come back up. I'm also not forgetting to push my knees out. I need to make sure I'm using my glutes to help me move with this weight. Okay, so again, hips go back, torso stays vertical, arm stays locked out, my hips open up at the top. Okay, couple things here. Making sure our elbows don't bend. Okay, the last thing you want to do is get to the bottom of this squat and have this bent arm and a cramped shoulder, right? That's not going to be healthy for our shoulders. So if you feel yourself, first of all, keep the weight light. Don't go to a weight where it's forcing you, where you can't lock an arm out, right? So stay light. Second thing is, if we're staying light and we're already getting to a spot where we're starting to notice a crumple from our torso and our hand, stop, fight for it, and then come back up, okay? Or work no weight and try and get as much of that range of motion as possible. Okay, now for some of us, that can be kind of frustrating and challenging. That's okay, it's not gonna last forever. If you work on these, the only way to go is up, okay? So make sure you guys are giving yourself time and grace as you work through this movement. They're not easy, but they're totally worth it, okay? So again, 8 on the right, 8 on the left, 2 minutes rest, you'll hit that 4 times through. All right, let's go ahead and talk about part 2. You guys have a workout called Bomb Diggity, because that's what this workout is. You guys are gonna start with an 800-meter run. If you're not sure where that is, go ahead and give me 3 minutes out, 3 minutes back, okay? Then you have 25 clusters, 50 ab mat sit-ups, or just regular sit-ups, and 800-meter run. 25 clusters, 50 ab mat sit-ups, and you will finish with an 800-meter run, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about these clusters. The 2 movements that make up a cluster are a clean and a thruster. All right, so you're going to be cleaning the dumbbell from the ground, and you're going to be thrusting it up and overhead. So if you guys have a barbell, work your barbell. You're going to be doing 25 total. If you guys have 2 dumbbells, work 2 dumbbells. That's great. You're going to be doing 25 total. If you guys have 1 dumbbell, work 1 dumbbell. You're still going to be doing 25 clusters total. On your setup for your clean, okay, make sure your shoulders are up, back, and down. Make sure your hips are below your shoulders. Right, we have a slight load to the quads. We also have our glutes and our hamstrings engaged here. Back is going to stay straight, hips open all the way up. You're going to jump under that dumbbell, catch it in the bottom of your squat, elbow stays nice and high in that front rack position. From here, we're going to drive through our heels, hips are going to open all the way up, and we're going to press that dumbbell up and overhead. Arms lock out, ears come past your biceps to the top, and our hips stay stacked underneath our shoulders. Okay, so again, your cluster is going to be a clean into a press. Okay, couple things on the clean here. Make sure your back doesn't round, right? No roundabouts. Make sure your butt isn't popping up first. Okay, keep your butt low, knees travel back at the same rate your shoulders are rising. Okay, as you guys start to get tired, focus on hip extension, right? Getting your hips open up, big shrug at the top, right? Catch at the bottom of your squat, and then use that momentum to get that dumbbell moving upwards. Make sure your hips are opening up before you press. You do not want to press here because we've taken all the power we could have generated away from our hips. So hips open up first, and then we get that dumbbell up and overhead, okay? All right, next you guys have your ab mat sit-ups. So you guys can, again, grab a towel if you want to, but the towel really is just used to get extra extension to your hips, the bottom part of that ab mat sit-up. Not too much used for padding, but it can be. So feet are going to be together in that butterfly position. Again, shoulders touch the ground. On the way up, your shoulders are going to pass your hip crease at the top, head shooting straight towards the ceiling. Okay, so you'll give me 50 sit-ups. Okay, guys, it's going to be a fun one today. It's going to be a sweaty one. Can't wait to hear how it goes. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. If you guys do the workout, post your time so we can see and we can all talk about it. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow.